Last week, we almost completed all the texture for this guy. There is a few things I want to fix. Most of it is pretty much good to go, in my opinion. I think around like the fingers, maybe I want to reduce a bit of the weathering, or maybe not. Legs. I might actually just try it like this in the engine and come back here and fix it if needed. Because for the moment, I find it pretty decent. Like pretty much everything I'm happy with. Fibers and everything. Maybe the fibers are a bit small, after all. Should be alright. Okay. So I guess we can focus on the head for today. Well, for today, I mean, I'm probably going to go further than just doing the head, but we'll see. I mean, I was surprised in the past by how some things took longer than I thought, so let's not scream hooray right now. Yeah, the rest looks good enough. Good enough for the quick sketch that it is. All right. All right, let's tackle this. All right. So the head was in this folder here. So like everything else, we're probably just going to take all the same maps that I used for the cat. We're going to apply it for the dog. So it should be a fairly simple thing to do. I think I've already masked the areas because I feel like the nose already has... No, maybe not, after all. Okay, let's just go and see what there is inside. So the tint layer, this one was still just for like general tints and whatnot. It's very subtle. I actually feel like we don't... Oh, okay, it's because it's buffering. There's a ton of effects that are not calibrated on the character right now. Oh my god. I just got rated with a quite remarkable number as well, I might say. Vobsy, that's super cool. Thank you so much. Very generous. Happy pie pew pew. Oh yes, Vobsy raid, Vobsy raid. Alright, cool. Well, our numbers just got up drastically. So just to explain what I'm working on, I got this guy here, and he's pretty much a like it was a sketch at first that I'm trying to transform into a fully finished character. And just to give you an idea of like where I'm going right now, let me go and grab this file right here. Where is it? There we go. All right. So I'm making like the another version of this kind of like character over here. That's where I'm going with all of that. Let's just check the chat. Pen pusher, hello, hello. Vobsy raid. Howdy, howdy. Nice. Thank you, thanks all. That's really appreciated. So yeah. Yep. That's what we're going to be doing. We're actually pretty much like near the end of the texture process. We're going to be able to render soon, and we're going to be using somewhat of a similar technique for rendering. I'm actually going to try to use the same scene so I get the same results, and so we're going to see that once we get there, which is going to be pretty soon. Hey, great chaos. I'll be having a wonderful stream. Well, I just started, so we'll see if it's going to be a beautiful stream, but you're certainly helping me, so thank you so much. So yeah, so here's the guy. Like I said, we're pretty much done with everything that's has to do with like the body and those kind of like materials. We just need to tackle the head now. The head has somewhat of a base, but needs a lot of refinement. So yeah. So what I was explaining is like there's like a few layers I'm going to keep. This one is like just like a tint layer, which is kind of like subtle. I don't know if it's visible from your screen, but it adds like splotches of like colors. So don't focus on the detail, just focus on the image itself. But there's like colors adding. Actually, I can just like up the opacity. So you see those colors here? It's pretty much what's added. It's really just to make sure that like there's nothing that's like too flat, let's say. So this is one thing we'll be keeping on top. There's also this overlay that I always put on every head, which is basically just something that like it bumps the it boosts the cavities and whatnot. So yeah, such fantastic work as usual. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, there's like a sharpen also I put on the head, and the sharpen is really important for when we're going to be rendering in Arnold, because I find that rendering in Arnold just makes things a little bit like blurrier in terms of like the textures and everything. So yeah, this is something I like to apply on the characters right away in Substance. I'm always so blown away every time I stop in here. Thank you. That's too kind. The rat you showed earlier gave me some Mutant Year Zero game vibe. First of all, it's a cat. It's a sphinx. It's like the cats with no skins. And yeah, Mutant Year Zero. That I don't know actually. Rat, yeah. A good one. No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just kidding. All right, so yep, let's get into it. So I don't know if am I going to tackle the eyes right now? The eyes is the thing that's like bothering me the most right now. I'm also noticing there's a lot of like projection issues that happen on the character. Kind of like wondering if like I'm not going to if I rebake the head, I'm rebaking also like the torso and everything, so like that's going to be a pain in the ass. So because this means that I also baked the normal on the head, and that is something that sucks a little bit. So maybe I can give it a chance and just like rebake now, avoiding those issues. I don't think it's gonna make much difference for the body. Yeah, you know what? Let's try. Let's try. Bake mesh map. Body only. What do we have here? Mesh, just main mesh. This is for when I bake the AO. So body HP. And yeah, the sampling, we're gonna put it back to 001, which is pretty much like what I always use anyway. And let's do everything except for the curvature and the AO. No, let's do the curvature as well. Everything except the AO. I don't think the AO is gonna need to be rebaked actually. Okay, bake that. Let's see if it actually is better. Yeah, I can already tell that for the head, it didn't bake like the artifacts, so that's very good. Is there any tips for the metal part that you can tell us? I'm doing a gun and haven't got the texture part yet. Tips. Nothing that comes to mind. I mean, it should be treated with the same care as like anything else. Hard to say. I mean, maybe a tip. I tend to think that it's not good to keep the metalness either black or white. So maybe that could be one tip. Like I find that like hiding nuances in the metalness, like slight nuances, like not too much. I mean, the metalness should not be as like rich of a texture as or complex as maybe like the roughness or the albedo. But yeah, maybe that would be my tip, I'd say. No, for sure. Stream choppy thinks because it's the baking. Yep. It's every time I bake, there's always going to be like a little lag. Should be back to being okay now. All right, let's see if it fixes the teeth here. We're gonna have to check the rest of the body as well, just making sure it didn't fuck up something, because baking with a smaller cage projection is kind of like a trade-off sometimes. Let's wait that it buffers. Boom. All right. So much better for the head. And for the body, so far, doesn't seem to have any effect. So, all right, cool. We're good then. We are good. Usually I would have actually have the head on its own like texture set, but for this character is so not complex in terms of like the geometry and everything, so I just decided to put everything together. But yeah, I think even if I make a simple character next time, I'm going to also put the skin alone. All right, so let's delve into the layers. So these are all the layers. I'm not sure which one is the one that makes the eye so white. Okay. Okay. So there is this level thing over here, and that's why it's doing that. Also, there's bumps on the eyes right now, which I'm not going to want. So I'll actually go in the skin right now and remove this. Yeah, it's this layer here. Let's select all elements. All right, we're good. Now the effect is going to be only affecting the skin. Also, by the way, I have a kind of like a mock-up of like where I'm heading with this. This was an old render that I did, so I'm gonna be like kind of like replicating like this is my general idea. So I can already start by playing around with the levels. I think it's the eye, since I'm using like the materials for the eye of the cat. I think it's that the eyes of the cat were like really too dark, whereas like this guy over here, it's kind of like the opposite. And last time for the cat, I also did change the value of the shader inside of the render engine, so this is also something that like we might consider for this guy over here. But yeah, let's go with that. It's already a better calibration. What's this over here? Oh, this is probably just like painted maps. I don't think I'm going to need any of this for this one. Although the iris is... I didn't put as much love into the iris as I did for the cat, so I might actually need to play around with this a bit. Let's check the chat. Thank you, appreciate it. No problem. I can recommend using process lasso. You can automatically limit how many core substance can use in priority. I use it for compiling in Unreal Tournament. Wow, Unreal Editor 5. Process lasso. I'll check. I'll check that. I just got a new computer and it had like a huge bug and I just fixed it. So before like starting to tweak with my machine, I'll just enjoy a fully functioning computer, and then at some point I might try that. But thanks for the tip, Patrick. Hello there. Well, hello to you as well. Okay, let's get rid of that layer for the moment, and we'll go back on fixing the iris later. That's another sharpen that I really don't think that I'm going to be using. So let's scratch this one. That's the dark around the eyes, which I'm going to remove. That was something to make the iris a little bit more green for the cat. Again, I think this is just something for the roughness. Yeah, this is just to play around with the roughness, but I'm pretty happy with the roughness of the eye as it is. And then we have a few effects. So some like slight capillaries in the eyes. This is it. Okay, yeah, this is kind of like this is the veins of the eye, which I'm going to need to redo by hand. And this here was, yeah, this was just it was just something to add like a little effect, although it's not really responding well to the UVs. So let's just revisit. Let's add a paint layer on this. Dark spots. I just want something softer. Just toning down the seam a bit, which is not something I need to do often, but it's much more intense where there's AO. I might actually just reduce the amount of AO that it affects. No, it's not that much effect. I think it's more the curvature. Hmm. Yeah, there's something around the eye here. I think this is just like the normal map. It's normal that like the edge of the eye looks weird. Sometimes it's in substance with this method, but it's going to look better in Arnold, that's for sure. No, this is actually in the color itself. I think it's just this effect that's acting a bit weird because of the curvature here. Okay, that'll be good. Let's reduce the intensity though. It's supposed to be subtle, especially if it's going to be on the white of the eye. Okay, and then we have those like veins. So I'm just going to use my cam is frozen. Okay. Let me just check something. Yeah, I have no idea why my cam has deactivated. Okay. All right, well, backup camera over here then. Okay, I'm gonna have to check on why. Maybe something about the, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Um, yeah, I like the comment about no, he's just really focused. Sometimes that's me. Replug it usually helps with Logicam. That's not a Logicam. That's a Canon. It's a like a full-on camera. This reminds me of Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, I mean, I loved Ren and Stimpy when I was a kid. So yeah, there is probably some inspiration over there. Saved, yeah. And although much less of a good quality. Okay, all right. Let's get into it again. I'm probably gonna want like some redness around the eye. Just natural redness. This is not really red. Let's actually, you know what? Let's draw a little bit, and I'll figure out. No, I'm not gonna put it in multiply. I'm actually gonna put it in normal shader. This might be a bit too much, but we're gonna start with this amount. Here it's crazy how much you can see like the back. That's like literally the back of the eye. Like technically you would see like the receptors or whatever, the stem of the eye, however you want to call it. That's insane. Okay, doesn't make sense, but you know what? I like it. All right, let's reduce the amount. Let's go for the same brush. Oops, too much. All right, and let's duplicate this. No, let's not duplicate it, but let's add a another paint, like paint sublayer, how you want to call it. No. And let's try to find something a little bit more veiny. It's like those things here. Probably going to be enough. Or oh, maybe those. Those would look like more like cracks in concrete, but they might actually do the trick. Let's just see if we have something else. Rog 888. That's one terrifying Chihuahua. Yeah, he's a mean little guy. Chaos was thinking the same thing about the eye. Yeah. But doesn't not everything needs to make sense to be appreciable. Those are like literally two. Oh wait, actually, those might be. Those are a bit stiff as well. Not stiff, but like too straight, let's say. Whereas I feel like this is actually going to be. That might actually be better. Okay, and before we do that, we're gonna do one thing because I haven't gone into Substance since the last stream, so I haven't had time to re-put my shortcuts. But I'm just want to put back the thing about like growing and shrinking the pen. Change. I have to find it. Increase tool size. There we go. All right. And what is it in conflict with? Why is it in conflict with those? Resume brush stroke. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Alt A. Oh, he doesn't want to take the Alt. No. There you go. Stencil zoom, stencil tool. Whoops. Whoops. Hmm. Wait. Okay, what is that in conflict with now? Oh boy. There we go. We got it. Okay, I inverted the two of them, but let's go back here. Sorry about that. This is too trilling, I'm sure. There we go. Okay, we are good now. We are good now. And of course, it's not drawing. Is it just that tool that's like weird? All right, what did I do? Okay, that was the erase pen. Let's try again with the... I'm an erase brush, by the way. All right, there we go. All right, so texture is not super high, the texture resolution, but I will be exporting in 4K, so it will look good at the export, I'm sure. I'm gonna... Hi Chaos, I follow you guys on LinkedIn and ArtStation, didn't know you were on Twitch. Yeah, there you go. Here we are. What a pleasant surprise. Yeah. Juke me, hello. Alright, so now let's go to the eraser and just tone down stuff a little bit. Where needed. Alright, so that's good for the the redness of the eye. Do I want to reduce this here? No. Man, he's intense with those eyes. Yeah. I'm gonna change also another shortcut. I want my redo to be this instead. Okay, let's go with this for the eyes. I'm just going to adjust the pupil a little bit. Oh wait, I see something. I see something over here. Is it still the skin? Oh, yeah. A bunch it needs to buffer. Okay. Let it buffer. This is such a detail that I'm going to fix, but I want to do it. There we go. There you go. All of that for that. So back to the eye. Let's adjust something over here. Okay, all right. So I'm not sure how much I'm gonna do like exactly the iris of a dog, but let's see. Silent Scream, how's it going? Hey there, hey there. Eugene Pleska, hey Marco, well hello to you as well. All right, so we're gonna be using, I think I'm just gonna add like a draw layer and yeah, just like a simple draw layer for this. Damn, this dog is like staring into my soul. Yeah, he is indeed. Okay, I think I'm gonna try something a little bit more efficient. Um, all right, we're gonna have to do that all in double also. And I'm going to work on a few layers. So yeah, let's create a folder. Let's call it pupil or iris. Wrong name, wrong body part. All right. This one is going to be and multiply. That's the eraser. Oh, wait, that's not multiply. Although it is not multiply, that I don't understand how it's... Oh, is it because it's... Yeah, there we go. I needed to change it in pass through on top. So now it is in multiply. I might need to blur a bit of that as well. Maybe it would have been better if it was more chaotic. Yeah. straight away and try to blur this one a little bit. Hmm. All right, and let's add another one for the... Wow. Yeah, that didn't work. Do you have problems with your table getting scratched? When I draw on it, absolutely not. Had this table for years and I never had any issue regarding this. I had a I had like this is the 27 inches that I have from Cintiq, which by the way 27 inches is way too big. I would go back to the 24 inches if it was just me. That being said, the only issue that I had, which I don't have on this one, is that like sometimes like the colors were getting burned on my machine, but not anymore. So that's good. Okay, let's try with this one. Okay. Not really working. Let's try this one. It's almost giving the effect that I want, just not completely. Maybe I should just be satisfied with that. All right, am I content with this? I guess that I wanted to pop a little bit more, so maybe I should add... maybe it's about reducing... There's like the evenness of the circle that kind of like bothers me, so I think I'm going to go here and... Yeah, this is much better. So in terms of like, in terms of the effect of the eye, that's cool. But I'm thinking that it lost like its pop. So we're actually going to have to reduce this layer by a lot. Really just to get the pupil in, because that was kind of like softening the harshness of the pupil. This one reduce a little bit. But I'm thinking that the color of the iris, maybe we're going to want to do something about that as well. So let's add a let's duplicate this one here, duplicate layer. Let's add a mask on this. Black mask with paint. This is not necessarily the effect that I want. It's just what's going to help me to get there. So now that I have this, okay, yeah, and you are only acting on the colors. So yeah, like that vivid light is much closer to the look I'm looking for. Do I want to change the color itself? I don't think so. I think that's good. I think we got it. I'm wondering if it's missing some. Some veins at the bottom here. Okay, saving. Let's give it the time to save. All right, we're good to go. There you go, that's good. Yeah, I'm starting to be pretty happy with the results for the eye now. As you can see, the poly paint of the eyelid is going to need to be fixed on the skin part. Okay. Okay. So that's going to be good for the eye. I am satisfied with that, although maybe the tint, maybe I should put the tint over the eye as well. Yeah, let's do this. And the sharpen. No, I'll get the eyes its own sharpen. There we go. That's good. Satisfied with that. Now for the skin part. Okay, all right. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll check the layers again first, and then I'll see if I will be changing anything manually, which I know I will because the sides of the eyelids here need to be repainted. So this is one thing. Actually, I'm gonna add the. I think I'm gonna work like the other way around for this one. Let's start with like the actual poly paint. There's a modifier here. Ooh, that is actually much needed. Maybe I even want him to be a little bit darker from the beginning. No, I didn't need to play with this one. That should be good. Now this one, I do not know what it does. Oh, wait. Yeah, not too sure what this one does. I'm just gonna delete it. That was something about the depth. Let's keep it for the moment. Skin base. So this was the like porish-y kind of thing. I'm gonna keep it just like as like a simple like texture. So it's not just like too soft. Yeah, there was a layer just to have like some kind of like hair effect on the skin. So this we're gonna need to play around with it for sure. I think it's just like a question of like masking it. So we're not gonna want the hair. Like on the nose, for example. Don't want the hair on the eyes. Okay, the rest seems relatively good. Yeah, I don't have the teeth in my yeah, I'll need a be a little bit brighter, just so it pops more. Alright, something like that, that's good. Maybe a bit too yellow. Okay, alright. Dirt and scratch also. The teeth are so small, so it's really tough to add like an effect on it without... but it's doable. Dirty teeth. Okay. Do I want to put a sharpen on this? Be a little one. Okay. All right, back to the skin. So we have this. Okay, yeah, this was just like dots and stuff. Okay, that was added manually. Okay, because it's missing like a bit of dots on the top of the head. So let's go and add those. I think maybe those. Was it these ones? No. Yep. I think that was it. Hmm. No, that does not work as well as I thought. It was more subtle than that. I think it was those. Once again, I'll do a first pass and then I'll erase it if it's too much somewhere. All right, and let's reduce the effect. Okay, looking good. And that was a nice little addition. Now this is just a all-around noise for the skin. In the light areas, it's a bit much. Just by reducing the effect, instantly it's good. Red deep. Oh, this one's fine. I guess I'll just kind of like patch it. All right, capillaries. This is also just like some veiny stuff. Don't even see the difference. Mm. Was it only for like a section of the model? Oh, okay. All right. It's not capillaries. It's the bumps of the nose. I'm also gonna want to resize this effect though. There we go. Maybe intensify it a bit. There's also the specular of the nose. That's probably the specular for the mouth. This guy also, like, it doesn't show in the texture here, but like just a reminder, this guy has um like saliva dripping from the side of his mouth in the this is going to be visible only in the shaded version. But we're going to have to account for this, so I can already maybe kind of like start like wetting like the side of his mouth here a bit. We're gonna wet the eyes like this. This is how every small dog thinks it looks. Yeah, this is the exact idea of this series of character. It's like taking like some animals and just like portraying like how they feel inside. I might have overdone it a bit on the specular on the eye, so or maybe it's just the effect itself that should be toned down. Grainy stuff. All right. And the last layer. Okay, red mass. So this is once again another. This one comes with like some like dirt also, which is kind of cool. Maybe I should. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this one here. These were the bumps from the beginning that I decided to remove. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them removed. Okay. So I'm going to do the color correction for the skin parts, like little like artifacts, and maybe playing around with the tones again. And that should be we should be done with the texture of the head. It already looks way better than what we had at the beginning, so that's always a good sign. All right, so let's add some drawing layers on there. And let's look at our thing only in base color. So we're gonna go and fix all those little problems here and there. Hey, I come from Volpsy's stream. Maybe she rated you when I was lurking. Yes, indeed, indeed. Welcome, welcome here. All right, this is a bit intense. I don't know why it's... Maybe I should actually remove every layers. Probably it's because of my my overlay layer on top of all of that. All right. All right, all right, all right. Maybe it's an option in there. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel there's like a layer influencing all of that, and yeah, I just get like some like off base like color. So I guess we're gonna try to do with that. So I don't feel like figuring out what's the problem. Maybe this is going to be a welcomed addition, so you never know. Let's actually have a look. Well, let's put back all the rest of the materials so we do have our final effect right away. That's not bad. Can always tone it down a bit. As long as I don't remove what's patching the colors. I think like this is the kind of detail like you wouldn't really like see on the final renders anyway, but eh. Might as well fix it while we're here. Alright, that's probably going to be good. So around the teeth, there was issues as well. Alright, that's good. That's good. I don't think there was any other really noticeable issues. There's like these like weird lines here, maybe. Okay, they're easy to fix. Let's do it. It's kind of like weird, like pink. Yeah, when you look at it from closer, it actually does show much more. That's going to help a lot. Are you working in the video game industry, Mr. Chaos? Well, first of all, my name is Marco. Chaos is the name of my company. FYI. Yeah, I've been in the industry for like 13 years. Upon exporting in Substance and importing in 3ds Max, do you use any plugin for that, or do you do it manually? Yeah, I just do it manually. It doesn't take much time. It's a plugin that wouldn't save like too much of my time, so I never really went to look for one. Oh, just found your art station. GLHF. I actually don't know what that means. Sorry. Meet one of the gods among the gaming figures industry. Thanks. Okay, that's going to be enough. Pretty much cleaned all of that. I think the only thing that will be missing is just like going around making sure everything looks okay in terms of like the color. But I mean, I did do a pretty good pass when I was in the ZBrush, so it's not like if it's going to be like such a crazy addition. Maybe just fixing a few things, like this was a bit intense. This was a bit intense. But I think I'm going to like see like what it does in Painter, not in Painter, in Arnold before I do like much more. Because right now it feels like I might have the results that I need. Well, maybe a little modification here. Gotta go. Well, have a good day. Because my project is to find a job in Montreal, and to achieve that, I need to update my portfolio. I'm currently learning Houdini too. Oh, cool. I worked for 5-7 years in the video game industry in France. Now I want to try Canada. Bye bye. Bonne chance dans ce cas-là. Are the people who post in your Discord mostly the team? So many talented 3D modelers. No, it's for the community. It's for anybody that wants to join our Discord. So there's also like hair and stuff in the face that's only gonna appear in the Arnold render. So yeah, so that's not gonna be needed. Let's go and see what if I add a bit of kind of like fake AO around stuff. C'est quoi tu dis à propos de mon accent? Ça, c'est ma langue première, c'est le français, là. Ben, bien sûr, avec un accent canadien. I was just saying my first, my mother tongue is, my tongue, wow, wow, wow. My mother tongue is French. J'adore, c'est trop beau. Yeah, you see, like the added AO is like it's kind of like it's fake, but it does add like a little something that I like. Well, yeah, mother tongue is not something I want to think about too much. I always hear there's a difference between French from France and Québécois. Oh yeah, there's a massive, massive difference, and I think anybody that like hears both one after the other is gonna notice the difference. The difference is pretty massive. I mean, we use the same words, although we don't pronounce things the same way. We don't really like have the same grammar, but it's everything is from the same roots and stuff. It's the same language. It's just really changed a lot, right? I'd say that like it's like probably like the same comparison you could do between like English from UK and English from the States. That would be a fair comparison, I think. Yeah, like CG Fairy is saying, like we still use words that they used like 300-400 years ago, because that's when we actually separated. Canada was colonized by France in like 300 years ago, right? So the French that like grew in Canada is a French that has been like it's a French from 300-400 years ago that was kind of like Americanized. So that's why we have like that's where the our pronunciation for things and that sort of stuff, that's where it comes from. Plus, like when they changed words, sometimes we didn't change these words. Like there's still like words, for example, like dispendieux, which basically means something that is expensive. So the typical word is cher. This is when something is expensive, c'est cher. But we sometimes will say c'est dispendieux, which is it actually sounds like an old word. Okay, the thought it would be more a slang thing. Well, we have different slangs also. I don't use tabarnak, calice, Chris, and le char. That's good. Yeah, I'm moving over to Canada, BC for VFX work in a few weeks. Do you think French lessons would be a good idea? Not in where you're gonna be. I mean, it's always interesting because learning a new language is always interesting, but it's really rare people that speak French on the other side of Canada like this. As somebody that's proud of his language, I would say absolutely learn it. But to be honest, you're not going to really need it. You're going to need it if you move to more like Montreal, I'd say. I've had a hard time quitting your system. People sound awesome here. American German is like that too. Between American German and German, I feel, yeah, I heard it was on run. Yeah. C'est écœurant. Or c'est chouette. Yeah. Well, saying c'est écœurant is basically saying sick. When you say sick, but you mean something positive, it's like sick. C'est écœurant. It's the same thing. Écœurant is more like disgusting, but it's the same way as like using the word sick. I'm learning German, it's insane. Don't believe it's actually real. Wow, amazing concept. Well, thank you. There you go. All right. So I'm really happy with the face. I don't think I'm gonna need to fix more of it. Maybe wait, maybe the nose. Not the nose directly, just like around the nose. Yeah, I don't want to darken the nose too much. I just want to. How about that? That's good. That's good. I kind of regret not putting like wrinkles on the lip, though. I think I'm actually going to go and add some because yeah. Plus also like the bumps on the nose, they just don't pop. So this is something I'm going to fix. So let's go and do that. Nose. Okay, so this was the effect for the nose, the bump on the nose, and in here. Oh, there we go. Normal intensity. No, maybe not so intense after all. But I am going to add, okay, I haven't done that often. So let's try it. Let's add a layer. Let's call it like lip wrinkles. Okay. Man, I don't. Okay, no. I'll do it like this. I'll add a mask layer that will only affect the height. I'll start with a test. I'll just take these ash lines. black mask with paint. Okay, all right. So now we can see what's happening. This is not the way that I usually do things, but I think it's going to be okay. And now I know that whatever I paint is going to be wrinkly-esque. And I want to do that only on the lip here. And I want to have the right effect. All right. Oh, what is the chat saying? Awesome. I'm coming from New Zealand, tiny country. Cool. Moving further north might be. All right. Am I going to find the brush that I need? Oh, I might need to do it myself or just like customize something existent. I mean, well, maybe I can get around with this. Okay, I have to. I must have it follow the brush. More step. Okay, I think that's gonna work. There we go, not bad. And I'm going to reduce the strength of that. Target it only at the lips. But that's cool. It did pretty much the effect that I wanted, so I'm happy about that. Okay, cool. Cool. And there's a small little detail also I wanted to fix on the teeth. We're really getting into the final polish of this. All right. That's good. That's cool. Man, there's some angles that where you look so freaking crazy. Like this, he looks nuts. We're I'm like certain we're gonna need to go back in here later for like fixing the things. So I'm not going to stay here too much. All right. Also, let's do the SSS right now. I'm gonna do it manually as well. Like this is not like the proper technique, but I always put it in the opacity. And for that, I'll use a basic pen. Oops. Lobaboy, oh my god, this is so good. Thank you, thank you. Do you have any online tutorials? Your job is really fantastic. Thanks. Yes, if you go at the bottom of the screen, there's two links, and either of the two links are going to bring you to they're going to bring you to the to a Linktree account, and in there you can access either the websites of Chaos Masons, the socials of Chaos Masons, or mine. But if you go on the website of Chaos Masons, chaosmasons.com, you'll have the you'll have like a shop page, and inside of the shop page are tutorials. All right, so there's going to be like the map for the SSS of the ears. And all right, so last check, and this is probably going to be it. Also, we're at the 2-hour mark, so that's perfect. I mean, when I look at it like this, like I'm feeling that like we're good. We're good for the textures. We're gonna need to render to really know, but just like that, I'm pretty happy with the results. So yeah, you know what? Yep, I'm calling this one done. I'm calling this one done. Let's yeah, let's go share the love and raid somebody else. Oink. Boom. All right. So yep, this calls the end of that stream. So we're good. We're finished with the textures. And next we'll be applying. We'll be bringing this character inside of Arnold to bake. Wow, to render and apply all the lights, the hair, the little hair, like nothing crazy, and test the first pass, do the lighting, yada yada yada. And so yep, we still have a few streams before we're at the end of this character, but that's pretty much it. So anyways, thanks everyone for joining. That was really cool. And if you want to continue watching the stream, just check next week. I usually do them on Tuesday. Normally it's a bit sooner, but yep, there you go. So thanks everybody for coming and watching. And yeah, I'll see you real soon. Ciao.